সময় হয়ে গেছে এবং ডেফিনেটলি আমরা পরবর্তী ফেরত আসবো।
বিশ্বমানের কাঁচামাল, আপসীন মান আর 3 দশকের অভিজ্ঞতায় আমরা গড়ে চলেছি অসংখ্য গ্রাহকের মজবুত আগামী। 7 রিং সিমেন্ট, ভিত্তি আগামীর। এই দারুণ মশলাগুলোর এক্সাইটিং মিশ্রণে তৈরি ম্যাগি মশলা ব্লাস্ট।
লাইফে ব্লাস্ট 2 মিনিট জ্যাম।
ম্যাগি খুশির রেসিপি
from Nestle।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন। কিছু সম্পর্কে মিষ্টি ম্যাজিক গলিয়ে দেয় দূরত্বের লেয়ার, ঠিক যেমন দুধ আর চকলেটের একটা ব্রাউন লেয়ার। সম্পর্কে মিষ্টি ম্যাজিক।
Welcome back to Dhaka, everyone, as we continue match number 2 in the Bangabandhu One-Day International Series between Bangladesh and the West Indies at the Shiri Bangla National Cricket Stadium. Choosing to bat first, the West Indies finished on 148 all out today, with Rodman Powell getting 41, batting at number 8, couple of 20s for Otley, making his one-day international debut for the West Indies, and Kumar Bonner getting 20 as well. The bowling led by the spin of Mehdi Hassan Miraz and Shakib Al Hassan, 4 and 2 wickets apiece, couple of wickets for Mustafizur as well. Very competent bowling performance again against this inexperienced West Indies line. Shamin Chowdhury is alongside me. Shamin, I suppose the question is, what do you want to see as far as an approach is concerned from Bangladesh?
Afternoon, Bish, yeah, more positive than the way they went a couple of days back in the first ODI. Of course, definitely the wicket more conducive to batting compared to that game, despite the fact that it is the same wicket we're playing on. There's a complete change of nature. We hardly saw many balls turn square or really trouble the batsman with the turn and bounce. It's been even more batsman friendly. So I'd imagine, despite the fact that the West Indians have put up some extra runs compared to the first game, the Bangladeshis are going to be more positive in their approach, particularly Tamim Iqbal and Liton Dash, who love taking the attack to the bowlers. And if they can suss out the nature early, they can read the bounce of the wicket and the pace at which it comes at, then I think you can expect to see some early stroke play from these two opening batters for Bangladesh.
Zari Joseph bowled manfully in the first game without getting reward. And it'll be fascinating to see how he operates against Tamim Iqbal. In the first one-day international, he tried to bowl straight at Tamim Iqbal, looking to get the LBW. Occasionally he went across him in line, and that's for later. For now, Liton Das will be taking the first ball. He had his challenges against Joseph in the first game as well.
He did, into his 38th match, rounded at 1,093 runs, decent average. He can be very, very devastating. He can be a very attacking batter, as is Tamim Iqbal. He's just watered down his approach in the recent past. Now a lot less gung-ho than he used to be in the early stages of his career. Does take a bit of time to settle down, which is excellent. He's prepared to bide his time. Liton Dash maybe we'll see at a different approach. First ball of this innings. You're talking about bowling straight, and first up as a bowler you couldn't want anything more than induce an edge from the batter.
Number of ways you look to operate against particular batsmen. We talked about Tamim often playing around the front leg, closing the face of the bat because he locks that right hip quite often. It's not that you can't bring the outside edge into play. It's happened a lot over the years to him. But he plays such a fantastic role where he sees things through the batting lineup in recent years. Fine leg and deep square. A little bit of swing, and again you can see there with Tamim Iqbal on that shot how he locks the right hip into place and the bat has to go around the front leg.
And he also tends to fall over. He seems to lose his balance when he's trying to guide the ball onto the onside. And we saw in that collection of shots that we showed a short while earlier that he's a little suspect in that area. And as a bowler, you would try and bowl around that zone.
And at leg slip as well. That's one of the things they were planning for. Because he plays around his front leg, if the ball swings, it's hard to control when he gets back onto ball and maybe keep it down. So that's not bad planning by the West Indies.
Have a look at the beehive for the first ODI. You can see the width when it's offered, he puts them away for boundaries. The closer it is to his body, particularly middle stump, leg stumpish, that's when he gets into a bit of a tangle. Three runs already, but what Azari Joseph will be saying, look, if I persist with the way I bowled in the first innings, I will be rewarded. He was very unfortunate, I must say. Some very, very excellent deliveries, wicket-deserving deliveries. Didn't get it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Funny old game this cricket is, so hopefully we'll be getting some rewards.
Again, the swing cramping Tamim Iqbal.
It's good to see. You've done your homework, you see how he approached you in the previous game. But also, you've got to perform, you've got to get it in the right areas as a bowler. It's good, disciplined, controlled bowling.
Fascinated to see who bowls from the next end. Good swing again. 3 without loss.
সুইচ করুন উপলা সার্টিফাইড বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্কে। গেমিং হবে ফুল স্পিডে। বেশি অফার, বেশি স্পিড, বেশি মানেই বাংলা লিংক।
হঠাৎ করে এমন ভুল হতেই পারে, আর সেই ভুল শুধরানোর জন্য জিসকা ফার্মার পিউলি 5 দিনের মধ্যে একটা পিল খেয়ে নিলে অনাকাঙ্ক্ষিত প্রেগন্যান্সির ঝুঁকি আর থাকবে না। পিউলি 5 দিন পর্যন্ত কার্যকর ইমার্জেন্সি কন্ট্রাসেপটিভ পিল।
The Bangladesh board with alongside his wife enjoying what the Bangladesh team have done with the ball. Wonderful conditions to watch cricket. Lovely sunny Friday afternoon. It's a holiday. A lot of people watching at home.
Kyle Mayers will be sharing new ball duties. Medium pacer who swings the ball into the right-handers quite often. Here you can see that inward movement.
Interestingly, Kyle Myers didn't bowl a single over in the last one-day international. What do you reckon that was for? Because they started off with a lot of spinners early on because of the wicket. Didn't need to have him on, but started off decently enough.
Nice shot, very controlled from Litundas. All timing. Superb.
You don't have to bang and roll up everything around the ground. All you got to do is show the full face of the bat, use the angle, guide it, and use the pace of the bowler. And it rolls away nicely for an IPDC 4. Talking about bowling straight, I think Maya should take a leaf out of the last over of Azari Joseph and keep it tight. But this guy can flick the balls away. He's not too uncomfortable flicking the balls away on the onside. You can't afford to be too straight to him. A lot of sorts in the first one-day international. Obviously, try to make amends. It's fabulous to watch one of his own song. Feel that the wicket has eased off further. Seems to be coming on nicely to the bat. No quick bounce. Seems pretty much a more circumspect in his approach. Only the second over.
আমার কি তো ভালো ঠেকছে না, আমারও খুব টেনশন হচ্ছে মা।
চলো নাহলে আজকে না খেয়ে থাকতে হবে।
কিভাবে?
শুধু রাঁধলে হয় না। তাহলে তো ঠিক আছে।
Line of attack, cramping him. It's just shaping the ball in towards Tamim Iqbal.
কোনো ভাইয়ে ভাইয়ে চলবে না, কোনো দালাল চলবে না।
Simple but effective. It was, I think, more. What about that shape? On a free hit, just look at the way it just drifted away. The last moment, lovely delivery.
Lovely swing. It comes from a strong wrist position. Very upright wrist and the palm of the hand towards the target that release. Slip in place as well as gully. Shape again. And it's one of the things for me for young cricketers. We talk about Mustafizur and the slingy action. The big thing for me is about the palm of the hand there at release. It doesn't matter to me how high the bowling arm is or how low it is. Because you look at Lasith Malinga, the great Sri Lankan seamer of the last couple of decades. Very low arm. But because Lassit Malinga has a very good wrist position, he's still able to swing the ball into left-handers and away to right-handers. And that's what Mustafizur has been trying to correct. Instead of a laid-off wrist, get the wrist more upright, even with the slightly lower down.
And what would you say at this point of release about his head maybe falling away? If the head was a little bit more perpendicular and that angle would have been straighter, as of now, just when he releases the ball, it seems to fall away. Would that affect the control somehow, or is it really in the arms and the release?
I don't think he's too bad. I've seen worse than Azari Joseph. The key thing with him is that the eyes are focused on the trajectory all the way down. The head doesn't drop away too much. And that's not too bad.
Now he's got the instructions from the right person. Earlier in the day, Ian Bishop was giving him a few tips. I'm sure he's taking that to heart. Well, when you receive instructions from the great Bish and you can implement that in the middle, it pays dividends. But once again, a nice flowing drive. It's so elegant to watch. He's disappointed. It wasn't such a bad delivery, but it was an excellent shot to get him an IPDC 4.
মজাটা আমাদের মধ্যবিত্তে হালকা সুযোগ পেলে বেরিয়ে আসে, ঠিক যেমন ফ্রুটফিল কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে স্ট্রবেরি ম্যাঙ্গো আর লিচু নরমাইক শার। ফ্রুটফিল আসল মজা ভেতরে।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
হ্যাট্রিক বিস্কুটে আপনি পাচ্ছেন অরেঞ্জ এবং মিল্ক ফ্লেভারের দুটো ক্রিমি হ্যাট্রিক বিস্কুট।
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
Sensation classic oat strawberry variant.
I was disappointed. Mayor's going round the wicket.
Yeah, I think it's just picked a shade closer for the batsman to just ease into that shot. But absolutely right, could have been a better effort. Hamid Iqbal now is trying to just get that movement going. He hasn't been really in his elements yet, but Liton Dash has been absolutely supreme with his shots. As I said, it wasn't too bad at delivery, seriously. Diving over, just did not time his dive properly. I mean, but content to push and nudge, get the singles through. Dash more aggressive. Complement each other very well, these two. Also the left-right combination, bit of a concern at times for the bowlers to change their angles of attack. In your bowling days, Bish always talked about pace bowlers hunting in pairs. Even if your partner at the other end is not taking a wicket, you'd expect him to at least try and soften up the batsman for you, or you doing that for him. Make it more consistent. That's what Mayers has to do, insist. Bowl tightly, at least not give away freebies.
That'll be definitely on his mind. Whether he can execute is the key thing. Can he touch the ball down a foot outside off stump and then take it back onto off stump? can't bowl short and wide. Not that it was intentionally delivered there, so it's about having the ability to execute the control.
Yeah, maybe try to bowl it a shade wider in the process of bowling short and wide, and handed a gift to Liton Das, who is not going to miss out on those opportunities. The IPDC4 pressure on the bowler.
I wouldn't mind seeing Akil Hussain get an early go. He does bowl the new ball in T20 cricket, 26 without loss.
ভাই ভালো মানুষ আর খারাপ মানুষ মাপার কোনো মাপকাঠি নাই। কি যে বলেন ভাই, আরএফএল উইং স্কিলস ব্যবহার করে, সে কি মাপে কম বেশি করে? দোয়া করবেন ভাই, এই বিশ্বাসটাই যেন ধরে রাখতে পারি।
আরএফএল ডিজিটাল ওয়িং স্কেলে ব্যবহার হয় সর্বোচ্চ মানসম্পন্ন লোড সেল, তাই ওজন দেয় নির্ভুল। আরএফএল ডিজিটাল ওয়িং স্কেল, আস্থার মাপকাঠি। আমন্ড, কিসমিস আর পাপরিকার এক্সাইটিং ব্লেন্ডে রুচি প্রিমিয়াম মিক্স চানাচুর, নিউ টেস্ট অফ দ্য টাউন।
Another 123 to get. Leg slip still in place. We go again. A little bit of swing. Joseph working away on that straight line, looking to hit the pads.
Sensible bowling, useful bowling. He's seen the batsman being a little susceptible to that line. He's persisted with attacking in that zone, and it might just pay off because it looked very awkward having in trying to negotiate those deliveries. Gotta try to find a better way of trying to play those balls.
Shamin, there was a list we showed in the first innings of players who are not here. I think there are a couple of additions that needed to be made to the list. Not for one-day cricket only. Of course, you're talking action, number of matches, Hetmeyer. Carlos Brathwaite hasn't played for a while. He's playing in the Big Bash League and doing quite well, I think, for the Sydney Sixers. Carlos Brathwaite. Other players is O'Shane Thomas is an interesting name that hasn't been mentioned in any of the discussions leading up to this tour. I don't know what the situation is there. Andre Russell is one who sometimes floats in and out of West Indies squads. Sunil Narayan, it's hard to read where he is at. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of first choice talent that could make a good package.
Yeah, reading out those names, wonderful names, wonderful numbers. You know, just the figures that we saw with the batters, so many runs, wicket-wise. O'Shane Thomas, big guy, strong, sturdy bowler, and seen him in action. Of course, unfortunate but true that they're not here, and hopefully it is going to be rectified. And sooner than later, the full-strength West Indies team are going to come and entertain the world like they've done for many, many years.
One thing I caution the guys, the few that I speak to, folks, the one thing as I look into our camera, yes, bubble life is hard, Shalom. It's hard. It's hard for multiple sporting codes in basketball, in football, in NFL. But just remember, there are hundreds of thousands of people who have lost their jobs, would give their right hand and foot to spend 2 weeks in quarantine to be able to earn a living to feed their family. Just remember that. So I understand why guys are not here. It's a nuanced discussion in the test matches we'll get into it. 27 without loss.
দারুণ মশলাগুলোর এক্সাইটিং মিশ্রণে তৈরি ম্যাগি মশালা ব্লাস্ট।
লাইফে ব্লাস্ট 2 মিনিট জ্যাম।
ম্যাগি খুশির রেসিপি,
from Nestle. চলছে বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিব কুইজ 100 দিনে 10,000 বিজয়ী, প্রতিদিন 5টি স্মার্টফোন ও 10,000 জিবি ডেটা, গ্র্যান্ড প্রাইজ 100টি ল্যাপটপ। অংশ নিতে ভিজিট করুন mujib100.gov.bd অথবা quiz.trio.com।
Steady start for Bangladesh, chasing the 149 required for a win. Two different kind of approaches. Dash has hawked most of the runs and got most of the runs. Bengal still struggling a little bit with shot making, but once he gets settled in, oh, watch out. In difficult circumstances in the first ODI, scored 40 odd. And today, batting conditions more conducive towards his style of play. I'm sure sooner than later he's going to just show us his array of strokes. That can be ominous for the West Indies bowlers. As expected, Vish Akil Hussain comes up. Success from the previous game. Extraordinary bowling, I must say. And see how he adjusts. We talked about that in the batting innings of the West Indies, how he goes. Does he take a leaf out of the approach of Shakib Al Hasan? Because the conditions today are a little different from a couple of days back.
No one should expect him to get the same effect off the surface. It's totally different in the way that the surface is playing. There's not as much spin. What you will see perhaps is the arm ball drifting away from the left-hander at some point. But he has to be more consistent under the gaze of those in the ground.
That line, I think, has to be a little more tighter, coming in from outside the off stump of the left-handed batters. Don't allow them to play the ball with the turn. There is a little bit of nip he's been able to achieve. You can see in that delivery, Vish, that he's not really trying to give the ball a lot of air, knowing and understanding the situation of the wicket. He's trying to zip it through. Just the variations of the lines and lengths. Good to see.
I think it might have been the arm ball that he tried to drift away. He did get Liton Das, I think, in the first game with one that pitched middle and hit off. I don't think you'll see that much spin today.
Just tucks it away. Maybe an opportunity missed there. Liton Das, normally very, very adept around his legs. He's a very wristy player. Open spaces in the deep. There's just a deep backward square leg. No other boundary riders basically in this power play on the onside. Bigger player and he's gone. The finger's gone up. Well, is he going to take a review, having a little bit of a chat with his partner? And he has.
Copy that. Original edition is out. Third umpire to director, we have a review for leg before. Original edition is out. It's a fair delivery. Start from front on distribution, please. It's very close to just confirmation. Give me alt eyes, please. Yeah. just for confirmation. Rod forward. I am satisfied. No bad involved. Clear gap between bat and ball. So ball tracking, please, when you're ready. Pitch in line, impact in line. Wicket hitting. Back to on field. Gaji, stay your original decision. I will let you know when you are on screen now.
There you go, an excellent decision by Gazi Zahel. Immediately he put the finger up and what delight. Excellent. He's looking a little threatening, Liton Das was, but he's got to take that long walk back.
Yeah, the ball hasn't spun. It's just slid on in comparison to the first game where he got one to grip on Liton Das. That's an excellent decision. The umpiring on that occasion must be commendable to judge line and height. We don't often give the umpires enough praise. Nor Akil Hussain. Brilliant. Good bowling change as well. Liton Das goes for 22, 30 for 1.
দাদু তোমাকে এবার বড় একটা ব্যাংক দেব।
অ্যাকাউন্টটা কার নামে হবে? আমার নামে।
সিটি ব্যাংক, 3 প্রজন্ম ধরে আপনার ভরসার ব্যাংক।
Shanto with that number 3 position again, where Bangladesh are hoping that he will prosper. Short leg in place. Natar Ali Khan would be happy.
Najmul Hussain Shanto didn't have a good first outing. The ODI completes over number 6, 30 for 1.
আর ধরে রাখতে পারছি না, একটু তাড়াতাড়ি করবা? আর 2 মিনিট।
এক্সপার্টদের কাজ এক্সপার্ট দিয়ে করাই ভালো। এই নিন এক্সপার্ট স্ক্রিউ ড্রাইভার। এক্সপার্ট হার্ডওয়্যার টুলস, যন্ত্র অনেক মন্ত্র একটাই।
কলেজ নলে ক্লাস করবি কেমনে?
দেশ জুড়ে শিক্ষার আলো পৌঁছে দেওয়া চাইলেই সম্ভব। বিস্তৃত 4G নেটওয়ার্ক নিয়ে পাশে আছি আমরা, গ্রামীণ ফোন।
Bangladesh have lost the wicket of Liton Das for 22. Same bowler who got him in the first ODI. Going to be Alzari Joseph now. Oh, that was almost squaring up Tamim Iqbal. Just managed to fend it off. Have a look at the 2 dismissals from the first ODI. Put the ball turning from leg stump to off stump beating. And this one going with the arm. Kept on going, did not turn. 2 different deliveries, but 2 very similar results with the same person. Excellent bowling. Tamim still not very comfortable. That's better. It's got the meaty part of the bat. Despite the fact that didn't get a run for it, they feel much more at ease with that shot. A bit of a rebuilding process after a fall of any wicket for that matter. There will be some butterflies in the stomach of the new man in at the other end now, on striker's end. This is a repetition, virtually having replays of all these deliveries by Alzari Joseph to Tamim Iqbal.
I mean, that delivery there is worth seeing again. I mean, it's a stretch saying happy missed, because these guys are so good that they can take deliveries off the stumps, but that is as good as Alzari Joseph would have hoped to serve up. Oh, mercy.
This This is just top-class bowling. Consistent, speedy.
It was interesting, Shamin, watching Tamim play his last delivery and watching Shanto play a very similar delivery. Shanto in better shape and playing the ball back down the track. Whereas because Tamim locks off his right side, he ends up playing it to square leg. Shanto right back down the pitch.
Yeah, he's showing the full face of the bat rather than closing the face and toppling over as such, as you mentioned. Better ways to negotiate Alzari Joseph, who's been so very accurate. If he had that little help from overhead condition, just a little dip in, a little shape in, batsman would have been in a whole lot of trouble. Even conditions favoring the batsman, this is excellent bowling.
Now he plays the short ball.
That is the completion of the 7th over. It's 31 for 1.
যে কোনো সময় যে কোনো জায়গায় ব্যাংক থেকে বিকাশে অ্যাড মানি করুন কোনো খরচ ছাড়াই। দেশের সবচেয়ে বেশি সংখ্যক ব্যাংক থেকে নিমেষে টাকা আনুন বিকাশে।
এমন সুইট মানুষদের জন্য ট্রিট হোক প্রতিদিন পিওর মিল্ক আর রিয়েল চকলেটের সুইটনেস মুখে থাকুক সারাক্ষণ। ট্রিট ইউ ডিজার্ভ।
It's been an impressive bowling performance. Good to say that from the West Indies. Yes, it's 31 for 1 for Bangladesh in 7 overs, but it's not been easy going for them. And this left arm spinner, Akhil Hussain, has impressed. I've got to say, in the last 2 games, he's been a standout impressive bowler. Got to read all that. How would you assess his performance at Mazhar?
Growing in confidence after this first game. Looking better. And he will look better the more he plays. Again, much better line here. Outside the off stump. I mean, Iqbal walks back really well. Very quickly.
Work with him, boys. Same energy, yeah? Wait.
Yeah, of course, he's been pulling a very tight line and length. Yet you see Tamim is also standing slightly behind on the leg stump. Usually he's standing on leg stump or a leg and middle guard, but he knows there is a slip, there is a forward short leg for the left-arm spinner. He's allowing the ball to come into the left-hander. He's just on his leg stump. And as the bowler, you can actually see the 3 stumps well enough. Well, read all that. He's just getting tempted by the view of the 3 stumps in front of him. Good bowling. He's just changed his line there. Akhil Hussain, first ball as well, was wide.
Okay, Kili. Keep going with it, Kili. Come on here, boys.
2 dot balls in another wide. He knows he's been cautiously negotiated at the moment.
Working, Kili. Keep working with him, boys. Come on, fellas. This is good. Yeah, man, come on. Down.
Excellent. This is good stuff.
Working, Kili. Come on, Kili. Work with him, boys.
I think he's also targeting those foot marks created just outside the off stump line. You can see those
Aerial as well, trying to get the extra purchase from the wicket. Getting a little bit of turn now.
Very, very good over. Just those 2 wides. Otherwise, it's a very impressive over. 33 for 1.
রোজ রোজ ভাত
তেল পেঁয়াজ আর ভাতের সাথে মিলে ম্যাজিক্যালি তৈরি করবে ফ্রাইড রাইস এলো ম্যাগি ফুজিয়ান ফ্রাইড রাইস সিজনিং মিক্স
What a surprise! ছিল ভাত হলো ফ্রাইড রাইস
ম্যাগি ফুজিয়ান ফ্রাইড রাইস সিজনিং মিক্স চাইলেই ভাত হবে ফ্রাইড রাইস
Nice life, good food, good life. বেশি ইন্টারনেটে এখন হবে বেশি বেশি অনলাইন ক্লাস 129 টাকায় 11 জিবি আর 114
And for 13 in his 4 starts his 5th over. The line that he's bowled to left-handers today, Alzari Joseph. Now it's Nazmul Shanto, so for him it's a good thing that he's got just the left-handers in front of him. Not that he can't change his line, but when you're working on a particular style of batsman, it's good that he's got that consistency going. Just that leg stump line.
I'd also like to see Nazmul Hussain, the youngster who's been promoted at number 3, and giving the exposure to him. Ideal situation for a guy like him to come in and take some time at the crease. Not a big total they are chasing at the moment, but at the same time he really can generate a lot of confidence. The more he stay at the crease, work away his batting.
Up and away. He wouldn't mind that at all. He was given the time to get underneath that bounce and he's accepted it gleefully. IPDC 4 for him.
That is a very good shot from Tamim Iqbal. A tough shot, but look at his balance. Kept his eye on the ball and just using the inner circle. The pace of the bowler that allowed him only to middle the ball.
Yeah, you could straight away see the grimace, the unhappy expression on Alzari Joseph's face. He knew that it was a mistake from him. That's better. Doesn't want to give him room outside the off-stump. That's bread and butter for Tamim Iqbal. Anything outside the off-stump short. This is more conventional. Give him this arm movement space.
Going back to Shanto, team management is planning him to give expose at number 3. Bangladesh will tour New Zealand in March. They're going to play 3 ODI and 3 20I. It's a huge opportunity for someone like Nazmul Hussain Shanto. As well bowled from Alzari Joseph. Speaking to the media yesterday, he said that he wants to take the leading role in the pace bowling attack for his side in this tour. He bowled really well so far today. Unlucky not to pick up a wicket here. Still, drilling himself, giving the best out of him. Trying to get something out of nothing here. It's tough for the bowlers to come and defend such a low total. End of the over, Bangladesh 39 for 1.
বেশি ইন্টারনেটে এখন হবে বেশি বেশি অনলাইন ক্লাস 129 টাকায় 11 জিবি আর 114 টাকায় 7 জিবি ইন্টারনেট বাংলা লিংক
এই নে ওর জন্য সবচেয়ে পারফেক্ট ডায়াপার এসএমসি স্মাইল বেবি ডায়াপার
সুপার জেট টেকনোলজি থাকায় সাধারণ ডায়াপারের চেয়ে অধিক শোষণ ক্ষমতা সম্পন্ন স্মাইল বেবি ডায়াপার ওর হাসি সবচেয়ে দামি
বসুন্ধরা এলপি গ্যাস পরপর 2 বার অর্জন করেছে আন্তর্জাতিক শ্রেষ্ঠত্বের স্বীকৃতি সুপার ব্র্যান্ড অ্যাওয়ার্ড।
কামড়ের ভেতর থেকে
থেকে বেরিয়ে আসে ম্যাঙ্গো স্ট্রবেরি আর লিচুর অমায়িক স্বাদ ফ্রুটফিল আসল মজা ভেতরে
It's just because of the shift in the batting order. Because of course Shakib's there in the lineup. Not many one-day internationals have been played when he's been away. So, is there a particular reason for that shift in the batting order?
Yeah, and going back to Shakib, he actually batted at number 3 during the World Cup. He scored 606 runs. Outstanding batting display. And then coming from that, according to Tamim Iqbal, before the series, when they announced that they want to promote Nazmul Hossain Shamta at number 3, giving the reason that they need to give Shakib some breathing space as he is coming to international cricket after a long gap. At the same time, coach Russell Domingo said that they need someone youngster to get promoted in the subcontinental condition, which is far better than trying him in New Zealand at number 3.
You agree with it?
There is another reason though, and there are reports that Shakib Al Hasan might miss out the New Zealand tour as he is expecting his third child. So this is probably the reason the team management want to promote Shanta and get him prepared in this series before going to New Zealand.
That's a nice thing to have a youngster